Now we will continue with our exercise. Till sum number 5 we have discussed, and sum number 6, sum number 7, these are quite similar sums. So one sum we will discuss and you people will be able to do the other. So I will be doing here sum number 7, first part. Here we have to find the value of r. Okay, we have to find r. First part is given 5pr is equals to 2 times 6p r minus 1. So what we will do, we will just solve it both the sides. First of all, we will apply the permutation formula NPR. So here, since we will be using the formula, so better we mention the formula. NPR is n factorial divided by n minus r factorial. So we will mention the formula and we will expand it. So it will be 5 factorial divided by 5 minus r factorial. This is 2 multiplied by 6 factorial divided by 6 minus r minus 1 whole factorial. Okay, now 5 factorial, 6 factorial, and this 6 factorial can be written as 6 into 5 factorial. So we will write down 5 factorial divided by 5 minus r factorial equals to 2 into 6 into 5 factorial divided by. Now when I simplify this, it will be 6 minus r plus 1. So it will be 6 plus 1, 7 minus r factorial. Now denominator in the left hand side is 5 minus r factorial, here 7 minus r factorial. So we will expand this, and here we will be left with 1 upon 5 minus r and 12 divided by 7 minus r, 1 less 6 minus r, and here it will be 5 minus r factorial. From both the sides, if we just cancel 5 minus r factorial, so we will be left with 7 minus r into 6 minus r equals to 12. Right? So we are getting the quadratic here. It will be r square minus 13r plus 42. Okay, and here equals to 12. So this will be r square minus 13r plus 30 equal to 0. So we are getting the values here, r minus 3 and r minus 10. Okay, so r can be 3 also, r can be 10 also, but the condition will be there. Since NPR we have, and R is, what is R? R is the number of objects taking at a time, and this R, remember, can't be more than n. So the condition over R will be R is always less than or equal to n. This is important condition. R should be less than or equal to n. It can't be more than n. So we are having two values, R is 3 and 10. In both, if I just check here, the value of n is 5 and the 6. So the maximum value of n is 6. So the value of r cannot be more than 6. So this 10 we will just reject it as it is greater than 6. So answer will be r equals to 3. This will be our answer. We are just applying our first of all NPR formula on both sides, then we are cancelling the common factorials. We are getting our quadratic, which we solve. We are getting 3 values of r. Now which value should be the answer? That value of r we will take as answer, which is less than or equal to n. Okay, so we are getting answer r equals to 3. Similarly, second part you people will do, and sum number 6 is we have to find the value of n, and the ratio between two permutation formulas is given equals to 1 is to 9. Same thing we will do here also. We will just apply our permutation rule on both sides, and when we simplify it, we will be able to get the value of n. Okay, sum number 8 is simple. How many words with or without meaning can be formed by the letters of the word equation using each letter once, and we have to use all the letters. Okay, with the help of fundamental principle of counting, it is already done. So let me give you now two more simple formulas which we will use in the remaining sums. Okay, so the next result that I am going to give, it is the number of permutations, the number of permutations of n different objects taking all objects at a time. So if n objects are available and we are using all the n objects at the same time, then how many permutations will be there? If I just apply the formula, so what is having here means n is there, and how many objects we are taking in place of r, also we have n. Now npn, when I expand it, it will be n factorial divided by n minus n factorial. So n factorial divided by 0 factorial we are getting, and 0 factorial is 1 only. So this is n factorial. So the result is the number of permutations when we are taking n different objects we are having, and we are taking all the objects at the time. So number of permutations of taking all n objects at the same time will be n factorial. So this is the next result. Okay, so further we have one more result, and this result is the number of permutations of n objects, the number of permutations of n objects, that means the n objects is the total number of objects given to us, where p objects are of the same kind, where p objects are of the same kind and rest are all different. So these permutations will be given by n factorial divided by p factorial. If I just give you the simple example, let me take a word apple. Here we have two p's. So there is a p, there is an object, that means there is a letter p which is coming twice. So total how many objects are there means how many letters are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the value of n is here 5. If I say I have to make 5 letter different words, means I have to make new words using all the letters of this word apple, then how many permutations will be there? So for this particular word, number of permutations, it will be equals to 5 factorial divided by p factorial. Now this p is actually the number of objects which are of the same kind. So here how many p's we have? There are 2 p's, है ना? 2 p are means 2 letters are there which are similar. So the value of this p will be here 2. So we will get 5 factorial divided by 2 factorial, which will be equals to 5 into 4 into 3, that is 60. Okay, so another example if you want, we can have here India, INDIA, India. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once again the value of n is 5. So number of permutations, if I want to make different words using the letters of the word India, how many permutations will be there? N is 5, and here how many i's are there? 1 and 2. There are 2 i's. Okay, so here also we will have permutations 5 factorial divided by 2 factorial. Like that, answer will be again same, 5 into 4 into 3, 60. So this is how this can be, this result we will apply. And by chance we in our particular word there are the letters, means there are more objects which are of the same kind, then what we will do? If I have the word, for example, Mississippi, MISSIPI, Mississippi, sorry, SIPPI, Mississippi. So in this particular word, I's are repeating, S repeating, P's are repeating. Okay, So these are the letters which are repeating. I think I missed one S here. Yeah. So Mississippi, there are 4 S, there are 2 P's, there are 4 I's. So there will be a repetition of the objects accordingly, and the values in the denominator will increase. So here only one object. If there are 2 objects, that factorial will also come. Like that we can extend our result. So let us discuss now few more sums, like 2 more sums we can do from our exercise based on this result, and then you will be able to understand it in a better way how to apply this result in the sums. Let us do we can do here, sum number 9 you people can easily do. Okay, and let us discuss sum number 10. Sum number 10 is, in how many of the distinct permutations of the letters in Mississippi do the 4 I's not come together? So we have to find the permutations where 4 I's are not coming together. Okay, so for that, first of all, let us write down the given word. It is MISSI, Missy, SSIPPI, Mississippi. Okay, this is the word. And how many letters are there? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11. So how many letters are there? 11 letters are there. Now let us write the letters which are repeating. Okay, so I's, how many I's are there? 4 I's are there. How many S are there? There are 4 S. And how many P's are there? There are 2 P's. That's it. Okay, now we have to find, let us write down, we have to find the number of permutations of the letters of word given where 4 I's not come together. Okay, 4 I's should not come together. So what I will do here, if I just find the total number of permutations, because 4 I's not come together, I can't find directly. But if I do the other way, first of all I find all the possible permutations, total number of permutations for this word. Okay, and then if I fix 4 I's together, okay, because we want to find the permutations where 4 I's are not coming together. So the opposite to this will be when all the 4 I's are coming together. So that will be easy for us to calculate when I fix the letters together, right? So if I fix those letters together, and that number of permutations where 4 I's are coming together, if I subtract from the total number of permutations, we are getting the answer which is needed where 4 I's are not coming together. So what we will do, first of all, let us find total number of permutations. Okay, total number of permutations. What is the formula? N factorial divided by P factorial. So here 1 2 3, there are 3 objects which are repeating. So I can say the formula then will become, it will be N factorial divided by P factorial, Q factorial, R factorial. So P is the number of objects of first type which are repeating, Q will be the number of objects of second type repeating, and R will be the number of objects third time or third type, not time, third type which are repeating. So it will be, P is how many I's are coming? 4. So this will be 4 factorial. Q, how many S are coming? So it will be 4 factorial. And R, let it be how many P's are coming? So this will be 2 factorial. And the value of N is 11, total number of objects. So total number of permutations we will have here 11 factorial divided by 4 factorial into 4 factorial into 2 factorial. We can solve it, but right now I am keeping it as such. Okay, now what we will do, we will fix 4 I's together, right? So what I am going to do here, it will be M I 4 I's are together. Then the remaining letters we will write down like this. It is not like that I have fixed the arrangement. I am just fixing these four I's together. That means I want every time the four I's coming together, all other letters can shuffle. All other letters can change their positions in the word, but always four I's have to come together. They can come in the beginning, they can come in the middle, they can come at the end, but always together. So we are fixing. So when I am fixing it, I have fixed it. Okay, so when I am fixing, I will treat it as one object. So this together, the four I's together will be treated as one object. So this is the other object, this is one object, all other objects are separate individually, but these four I's will come together. So we are fixing and we will treat them as one object. Now how many objects are there total? So we will say here the value of n will be, how many are there? 6, 7, 8. Now the value of n is 8, right? Similarly, how many s are there? There are 4 s. How many p's are there? There are 2 p's. But these 4 i's we will not say because they are fixed now. It is one object in this particular condition. So the number of permutations will be, it will be 8 factorial divided by 4 factorial into 2 factorial. So this is the number of permutations when 4 i's are coming together. And above we have total number of permutations where 4 i's can come together also, can come separate also. So from this total number of permutations, if we just subtract this number of permutations where 4 i's are fixed, so what is left? The left part is the number of permutations where 4 i's are not coming together. So we will say then on the, let me take you to the next page. So we will say then the number of permutations, where 4 i's don't come together, this will be equals to total number of permutations. It was 11 factorial, 4 factorial, 4 factorial, 2 factorial minus the number of permutations where 4 i's were coming together. So we will just subtract these two things and we will get our answer. So let us take the things common. We can say here 8 factorial divided by 4 factorial into 2 factorial we can take common. So here will be 11 into 10 into 9 divided by 4 factorial minus 1. So this thing when you solve it, you will be getting your answer. Okay, I am not doing the calculation part, you people can do the calculation. It is just some multiplication, division and subtraction, so that you people can easily do, right? So this was sum number 10. One more sum is there, sum number 11, and that also you people can try. It is, in how many ways can the letters of the word permutations be arranged? First, the words start with P and end with S. Let me give you just the hint. The given word is permutations. Okay. So the first is the word has to start with P. Okay. Okay. Right, and the word has to end with S. So these two places we are fixing, the beginning and the end, these are fixed. So whatever number is there total, and from that two letters we will remove, and for the remaining we will just find the total number of permutations taking all the letters. Second, when all the vowels are together, we will do the same way as we have done in sum number 10, all the 4 i's together. Okay, means in between the sum, when in the second part we said all the 4 i's are coming together. So we will just write down all the vowels together in this word and we will treat them as one object. That will be the permutations where vowels are coming together. And the last part also, there are always 4 letters between P and S. So we will just fix the positions of P and S in our word arrangement so that always 4 letters are coming in between. Try to do these sums. If any doubt is there, you can ask the doubts. Okay, thank you students.